Hey ladies, you enjoying the sunshine, the waterfall, the beer? Today, my friends, is a very, very special day. No, the house isn't listed yet, but we are really damn close. Look at that. Oh my God, is that gorgeous? Everything. Coming along beautifully. But what I want to announce to you is the official waterfall running on solar. So we have 160 watts solar right there. They're hitting the sun. The battery's charging while this is running. The voltage is increasing as the sun hits, which is awesome because that means when the sun goes down, the waterfall is still going to be running. And we have the waterfall running, the pump. I actually put a little reducer in there. You can kind of see the stream shooting out. That way we get some good agitation. But the pump, we're running the DC pump right now, which is awesome. We are completely on solar. This waterfall, this pond is completely off grid. See our power box? Yes. And so I went ahead, cleaned the filter out. Well, I cleaned the whole pond. You can see that in another video. And see, we got our DC pump in here, rolling over to the hose, going around. I put a reducer in there so that way we get a little bit more pressure to shoot the water towards us. We don't want a lot where it's obnoxious, but we want enough where you can hear it and it's going to help move the debris towards the skimmer. So, and by doing that, I did so much modification to this thing, it was crazy. So we have this added bucket here. The charcoal bucket is still the same as original. I didn't modify that at all. But the bucket that it goes into, I took, was it 5/18 or 5/32 drill. Yeah, and I drilled all the way around the bottom, everything. So here, I'll show you. We'll go ahead and see, like, you just hit the switch, boom, that shuts off, right? See this? Comes out, and it's DC pump, and then you'll see the holes that I drilled in all this. See that? Boom. So we have this working as a secondary filtration system. So you see how we have all those holes in there? This actually allows the original pump bucket to be even lower, which means we can actually get away with less volcanic rock, but the volcanic rock is doing even more filtration because the water has to flow much deeper through the charcoal or through the volcanic rock to be able to get to the holes in there. So I took what holes were originally in there and basically I did this to that as well. So underneath I went around all the big holes, everything, and I put in all these little tiny holes. And in the, which is nice, I can just sit in there nice and easy. And then in the bucket underneath this 2.5 gallon bucket, I did the same thing with the same size hole. So we got so much more water that can, you know, open space where water can flow out of the bottom of the buckets, the very, very bottom. So that way we get good current flowing underneath all this volcanic rock because we want the water flow. We want the water to come in to the charcoal, go down to the bottom, and then flow into the pump and come up and then circulate around. So that way we're getting the maximum absorption of nitrogen into the charcoal, really filtering the water and keeping the algae plumes from coming in, because, you know, we all like spirulina, but, you know, you're not trying to only grow spirulina in the pond. But one thing nice is when we got this all the way down to the bottom, I had harvested some wild seaweed from a local lake, and it is starting to grow on the bottom. The clams, the ducks have put a good amount of muck at the bottom of this pond, so the clams have plenty of room to burrow. I was curious about that. I was gonna take some footage, but the thing is, it's just got so much to do. We're getting so close to listing right now. We just have to get shit done. So here, we can just hit the switch. Boom. Here we go. Oh. Sometimes the I fucked with the prime, so sometimes I'll go like that. It's kind of this because it has a siphon. Oh, you butthead. So you get to watch the gross part. I had a feeling I was gonna do that if I shut it off. So if it flows backwards, it's weird. It's like water gets this memory to it, where it's like, oh, I flowed backwards. Now I have to keep flowing backwards. No, you don't. No, you don't. Just go the way I want you to. But water has memory to it, and it's interesting why this happens, but it does happen. And it's silly because, like, I don't even have to do much of anything. Here, let me remove this rock. You can sit down there. All I have to do is take this right here, that nozzle, right there, and suck on the end of it. So if you're the new owner watching this, yep, this is how you prime it. And that's probably enough. I don't like to try to go all the way because I don't want that in my mouth. Yeah, so we'll put that back, hit the switch real quick, and see if that did the trick real quick. I'll get my rock in a better position once I figure this out. Oh, silly water. Boom, see? It's weird. It gets a memory to it. And then once it gets a memory, it's like, hey, that's how I want to be. So yeah, I threw those rocks right there on here. So that way, they would help weigh that down. But what's cool is I have this cover now. So it actually slopes downwards. So when we get rain, we actually get rainwater collection. So it flows back over the filter. So anything pine needles fall, all that goes over on the other side of the filter instead of falling into the filter. Isn't that great? Now let's check this. So we're at 12.7 volts with the pump running. The pump is running and we're that high, which is great. You see it flashing a little bit because it's moving all over the place because the sun and the clouds and everything are moving and the charger's coming in, and it's actually doing extremely well. I'm so proud of those two little solar panels right there. Oh, boys. Yeah, boys will be boys. Piper, look at Piper. See him? He's molting. So Piper's like 2 months old now. Yeah, he's becoming a big boy. So, and look at the baby chicks. Yeah. Bomba's doing a great job as a daddy. He's a great daddy. Yeah. If those babies poo on your wing, you gotta take a bath, don't you? You're a good dad. Yeah, diaper patrol is never easy. So Shango's teaching Piper the ritual calls. Yeah, aren't you, buddy? Teaching your son how to do it, how to strut your stuff. Yeah. Oya's pretending to be the catch. Aren't you, Oya? You're being a sweetheart. Yeah. And he's learning all the things that comes to courtship. Learning how to have the best tricks. So the thing when they're born or they have no parents to really guide them, they don't learn all those social cues. But the cool thing is like, as their group grows and you get more, then those social cues come in and the young get to learn it, and they have such a better advantage. So like, just like the ducks, like the ducks came from eggs, or like, and they were just mailed here as chicks, and they never knew their mom. They weren't brooded by a duck. They were in a brooding machine and then hatched out and then just mailed to us. And so they had to learn all that stuff kind of instinctively. And it reminds me a lot of like humanity. I feel like one reason why we have so many issues that we have is the fact that we're kind of a species with amnesia. We don't know our past, you know. All these great conquerors and everything, what's the first thing they like to do? Well, they like to burn our books, destroy our history. Why? So, you know, it's easier to control and enslave us. But the downside about that is we don't really learn our rituals. We don't learn our courting, our neatness, you know. All these different cultures around the world, they have all their own little unique things or styles that they do. You know, either whether it's the food or their dance and music, all this uniqueness. And the one interesting thing is these guys kind of start developing their own culture based on their environment around them. So you might separate them from their parents and they might forget their past, but they recreate it in different ways and relive it and re-experience it. And I see us doing that as well. We really re-experience the world through the rediscovery of what was known as just everyday in the past. So, do you know how the device works that you're watching me on this? No, you don't. Most likely. Yeah, ain't that right, Quacks? We live in an interesting world. So, the pond is officially running on solar, and that is amazing that project is done, completed, finished. Filtration system is improved, so water flows nicely. We just put brand new charcoal in to absorb even more of the nitrogen, and the water's clearing out really well. One tactic that I've learned to do is to take the hose and spray the surface of the water and push all the, say we got a bunch of pine needles because we had a big wind and we're under a pine tree. So I just take the water and push it over towards the skimmer, and then I can scoop it out nice and easy. But a pool, you know, skimmer bag or whatever you call them, those would be great for this too, to help, because then you could just reach out and skim the whole thing. It was really interesting taking it all the way back down. You'll have to check out the other video for that. So we took it down. We took it down further than what the video shows, but we took it down quite a bit in the video, and so you can see that. And what's interesting is I didn't have to end up filling this up with as much water as I thought. So I originally thought that I had to fill it all the way back up with municipal water. And yes, I did use some municipal water to fill this, but it was crazy. Right after I drained the pond, even before I could get the filter cleaned and everything, yesterday we just had a hellacious storm come in, and half of this water, at least half of this water in here, is rainwater that was collected in 24 hours. Yeah, that is just absolutely amazing that half of this pond is rainwater that we got in 24 hours time. So that really lets me know that this thing can really go. And we're almost up to the full line, and you see, once we get up to here, that's where the overflow is, and it goes into the gravel, and now it goes into the grass, and we have no puddles anymore. We had a hellacious storm. There should be water sitting there right now, and there's none. That sod is doing great. The grass, see, the grass is ready for another mow. We'll get to that tomorrow. We'll probably start taking some pictures and everything. Hey, Frey, you having fun? Isn't everything so amazing? It's almost done. Yeah, we're almost done. So, you know, I'm probably about to gonna say it, and I know I'm gonna say it because I just have to say this. If you like this video, hit the like and hit the subscribe button so you get all of our videos, because now that the house is reaching completion, you know, like we're literally reaching completion. It's getting empty inside. Everything is painted. Everything is scrubbed. I did the grout. You can check out that video on how to easily apply the grout. Yeah, everything is coming together, and we are getting really, really close. We are literally just a day or so from wrapping this place up and being ready to take pictures and get it listed. And then the really cool adventure begins of traveling across country. You're going to travel across country with us, with the birds, the pigeons, with the ducks. Yeah, and we are going to the UP. So when we get to the UP, I'm not sure if internet will be consistent. So what we'll do with the channel at that time is we will still continue to make videos every single day, but then we will go and upload them when we get to town instead of uploading them every day like we're doing. Now, if we do happen to have reception, then the videos will continue the way that they are, where you're literally seeing us every single day, but you're still going to get a video every day, so don't worry about that. The shorts might be a little bit less often just because of the nature of them. We can't really pre-schedule a short, at least I'm not sure. Maybe we can, have to look more into that. But as far as the videos go, we'll make sure that we pre-schedule those so you'll still get good daily videos and uploads. But there's a lot that is coming, because in northern Michigan, in the UP, there's no building permits, none at all. So you're going to learn how to build hobbit homes, sod buildings. You're going to learn all kinds of amazing, cool things on how to utilize the land, wood gasification, building a sauna, like all kinds of awesome stuff. So again, you'll want to hit that bell notification when you hit subscribe so you don't miss a single video. And I'll see you next time in the next video. Oh yeah, if you like this, share with someone. And again, solar pond is amazing, fully running off of solar, a car battery. So don't get the kit on Amazon. They have a bunch of different DC well kits. Don't do that, wasting your money. Go ahead, order yourself at least 100 watts, but I would actually do 200 watts for what I'm realizing what's going on, just to make sure you have overkill. Get yourself 200 watts of solar, get yourself 2 deep cell marine batteries, and then get yourself a controller that's good to up to at least 500 watts, so if you want you can expand your operation. And then get yourself a nice DC pump. You're going to spend more that way, but you're going to get much better quality materials and not these stupid wannabe lithium battery packs that don't really fucking work at all. They just, I don't know, they're putting controllers in them that just doesn't work. They sent me a replacement controller, had the same issue. It comes up, fully charges, but it won't allow it to discharge. So just save yourself the headache. And the thing is you can actually, with the right controller, still charge a lithium battery pack. So just use the lithium battery packs directly versus buying like some pre-battery pack with a controller in it. You don't need that. Just use something a lot simpler, easier, and better quality. So again, we'll see you in the next video. Peace out. Till next time.